It's a massive grind fest, and that's never fun. It's tedious and a waste of time, which quite honestly, most open world games are. Man, I wonder when that part 2 will come out. Hope it's soon. Well, YouTube's a cesspool about pop culture, ain't it? Original ideas tend to go off and die, unless it's some show where hell is the setting, or related in some way. Basically, what I'm saying is, reviewing things at the time was the thing to do back in the day. And some people are still doing it to this day. Shoutouts to Some Call Me Johnny, Rebel Taxi, and AVGN. But I want to put a pin in those three. We'll get back to them later. Reviewing games is honestly easy. So much so we have people who couldn't care less about them professionally reviewing them for money.
There's one thing you should know about Sonic Unleashed before spending your hard-earned money on it. It's a big piece of garbage.
Seriously, what the fuck? But I digress. That being said, a bad take on a Hood classic can come off as disingenuous or contrarian in a way. I remember I was talking to my friend Nitro Goblin, an amazing artist and an excellent voice actress. She's the current voice of Rachel in my animated series COIY, and I hope it stays that way.
Oh, come on. We obviously outsmarted it. It's obviously up to the next room by now. Hello?
Please go check out her stuff. Anyway, we were discussing my return to YouTube video on my overall feelings on the Switch as a whole, during which I talked about my opinion on Breath of the Wild, a game she rather enjoys, while I didn't. And she said she couldn't finish it because of it, which is fair enough. It's really hard to hear opposing feelings on something you are passionate about. Negativity is not always a good thing to bring into your life. Reviews can be easily your way of preaching your views as gospel, and not a lot of people like that. At the end of the day, my goal is to entertain, not lecture. And near the end of Half a Mind, I tended to get away from that. It went from me making recommendations to a bunch of hidden gems, to venting about games I have issues with. This caused me to become a bit of a bitter person. These days, I tend to only really watch reviews of games I've enjoyed over these years. However, people who gave my favorites a fair shake have also tended to give me some recommendations with their other videos. I also sometimes just burn through massive retrospectives of a series with long-winded breakdowns of each game beat by beat in the background, while I farm EXP in an RPG, or knock out the occasional art that I make for myself. Really should be posting some of these, even if they are just meme redraws of my OCs. But that's just YouTube for a lot of people, not just me. And those channels who talk about other people's things for a living, it's gotta be a monkey's paw situation, right? Have you ever just bought an album of that one single you like and listened to it in its entirety? I tend to be that type of person with bands and YouTube channels. I go out of my way to look up your backlog, so I tend to get a better understanding of what these people are like, and what they originally wanted to do. Oh hey, look, the pens. Let me just... there we go. Did you know? Some Call Me Johnny went to college to become an animator. He's really good from the few times he cracked out an animation or two. It's a shame he never really did anything with it. Those darn Sonic reviews, man. I gave him golden handcuffs. Rebel Taxi's driver Pan Pizza, at least, is working on his pilot Loki IRL. Something that he's been wanting to do and been workshopping for years. However, every time I see it, it looks rougher by the day. Then again, I have little room to talk with my animations being the way they are. There's a reason why I keep updating the look of COIY, never satisfied on how it is presented personally. I hope your pilot goes over well though, Ken. And finally, AVGN. James went to film school. He always wanted to make horror movies. I know this because I used to watch Cinemassacres, Monster Madness, each October back in the day on their website. Which is odd because despite being a Halloween baby, I can't deal with a jump scare to save my life. Oh god! He at least got to make a feature-length film, which honestly for YouTuber movies go, it's probably the best one I've seen. It's a decent B movie. Still need to watch Space Cop by Red Letter Media though. Oh look, another creative drive killed by reviews. Granted, Best of the Worst is probably the best show on YouTube. I just love schlocky things. Ever watch The Legend of Neil? Man, I really want to talk about The Legend of Neil. My point is, that's why I stopped. I've seen a lot of creative minds try their hands on the things that they loved, and then gave up when it wasn't working out, and they returned to reviews. But with those reviews, they give it their all, and they're well produced, and filled with so much creativity. But it's a classic case of the temporary thing becoming the main thing, and your goals change because your dreams died. I'd rather just find some way to get people interested in my own projects for once. But it's gonna take some time to make something. If only there's a way to have people come with me on that journey of making something. I mean, retrospectives are cool! And I'm a sucker for those making of content on DVD extras from back in the day. Remember those? Why do Blu-rays don't have these anymore? Like, seriously. God, I'm really showing my age, aren't I? Well, if I do something like that, it can't really work for animations. For one thing, it takes way too long to make even one episode, or even a short, and I'm no Zarel. That man is insane, and I love him for it. I would have to compromise way too much. Got it. What if I turn COI into a game, then create a series of videos of me making it? I can get live feedback, and also be a great way to advertise it. And the best part is, I'll get an awesome game out of it if I can pull it off. I can call it Devlog. Or something. Yeah. What do you mean this already exists? Hey. I hope you enjoyed this little filler video while I'm trying to get things back on track here. Not sure if this is going to be ready by the time this video comes out, but my friend Freezax is back and we're going to be collaborating on some projects again. Highly doubt that it's going to be up right now, but if it is, it should be popping up. If not, I'll just put his travel video in instead. It's actually really funny. And also the previous video of the Switch. YouTube has changed a lot since I've been away. Next video is going to be a doozy with a lot of pre-production going into it. Hope to see you then.